Good afternoon and welcome to today's live coverage of the Pitched-in Northern Premier League as Marine take on Marske United. Marine suffered their first league defeat of the season on Tuesday with a late 2-1 loss at Stafford Rangers, leaving us in 11th. Marske United, on the other hand, sit top of the table with 3 wins and a draw in their first 4 games. Commentator today is me, Luke Feather. Let's run through the 2 teams, starting with the Mariners. In goal, it's number 1, Bailey Passant. Number 2, Joe Ferguson. Number 3, Sean Smith. Number 4, Mark Howarth. Number 5, the captain, Josh Wardle. Number 6, Luke Clark. Number 7, Charlie Doyle. Number 8, Alex Doyle. Number 9, Keelan Adams. Number 10, DJ Pedro. And number 11, Lucas Weir. And on the bench is number 12, Jack Dunn. Number 14, Hayden Campbell. Number 15, Zenon Bahula. Number 16, Mo Torre. And number 13, Germano Mendes. Starting for Marske United today is number 1, Ryan Catterick. Number 2, Connor Smith. Number 3, Joseph Hope. Number 4, Glenn Butterworth. Number 5, Andrew May. Number 6 for captain, Adam Wheatley. Number 7, Josh MacDonald. Number 8, Dale Hobson. Number 9, Adam Boyes. Number 10, Robert Guilfoyle. And number 11, Curtis Round. On the bench for the visitors is number 12, Connor Simpson. Number 14, Dominic Curl. Number 15, Jason Kennedy. Number 16, Alexander Story. And number 17, Theodore Hudson. Yet another tough game today for Marine. Marske United currently top of the Northern Premier League. Picked up some decent results so far. A 4-2 win at home to Radcliffe. A 2-1 win against Ashton United. A 3-1 win against Belper Town and a 2-all draw away at Bamber Bridge. Currently leaves them on 10 points out of a possible 12. For the Seasiders, who have made a 312-mile round trip today. 3 hours from their ground up in North Yorkshire. Like Marine, Marske United were promoted last season from the Northern Premier League East Division, winning the playoffs after finishing second on 88 points. As we edge closer to kick-off, 2 minutes to go and no sign of a player so far, as our mascots and Sammy the Seahorse are currently on the pitch. So I'll just run through some of the other games in the Northern Premier League as the teams take to the pitch. Ashton United take on Warrington Town. Atherton Collieries take on Matlock Town. Bamber Bridge versus FC United of Manchester. Belper Town versus Warrington Rylands. Gainsborough Trinity versus Lancaster City. Morpeth Town versus Hyde United. Nantwich Town versus South Shields. Radcliffe versus Liversedge. Stalybridge Celtic versus Guiseley. And Whitby Town versus Stafford Rangers. Stafford Rangers, of course, inflicted the first defeat of the season on Marine. That heartbreaker of a result in the 95th minute, deep into added time. Marine, of course, went a goal up. Marine, of course, went a goal up on Tuesday night through Josh Wardle, the captain getting his first goals signing in the summer from Witton Albion. A couple of goals in the second half condemned Marine to their first defeat of the season. Looking to bounce back with a win today. Just for 1 win for Marine so far. 1 win, 2 draws and a loss. Leaves Marine on 5 points, currently 11th, dead in mid-table in the Northern Premier League. We are running a little bit behind schedule. The players are, the 2 captains are just about to pick their sides as the substitutes make their way over to the bench. 16, Alexander Story, and 17, Theodore Hudson. And the Marine team in goal, Bailey Passant, 2, Joe Ferguson,
3 Sean Smith, 4 Mark Howard, 5 and captain Josh Gordon, 6 Luke Clark, 7 Charlie Doyle, 8 Alex Doyle, 9 Keelan Adams, 10 DJ Pedro, and 11 Lucas Weir. And the sub-rounders this afternoon are 12 Jack Dudd, 14 Hayden Campbell, 15 Zenon Bahula, 16 Mo Toure, and the sub-goalkeeper 13 Germano Mendez.
So there's just a reminder of the two teams for this afternoon. The big news for Marine is that Charlie Doyle and Lucas Weir back from injury after missing out on Tuesday night. DJ Pedro partners Keelan Adams in attack. Well, some of you may have seen the announcement last night that Jake Burton has returned to Tranmere Rovers. What was initially a loan up till January, but they've recalled him early, much to the discontent of the Mariners. And we're underway as Lucas Weir plays a long ball forward, headed away by Butterworth as Marine attack the College Road end in this first half. Here's Lucas Weir looking to side it through to Keelan Adams. He spreads it wide for Smith. Good first time. Ball into the box, cut out by Smith and cleared away. Headed back up the pitch by Luke Clark, playing at right centre back today in a back three. It's Keelan Adams as DJ Pedro looks to give chase and cleared out by Joseph Hope. Ferguson, who of course was sent off on Tuesday night, but due to the registering of his sending off, will miss the cup game against Radcliffe next week instead. So available for selection today in the absence of Josh Solomon Davis at right back. And it's a long ball played forward up towards Boys, and Boys has gone down. It's a bit of a 50-50 between him and Wardle on the edge of a penalty area, and the ball eventually runs through to Bailey Passant. And now Mark Howarth can look to spread play over towards Ferguson, but headed out by Hope, the left back. And we've lost our first ball of the afternoon, so it's going to be a throw in to be taken about 15 yards into the Marske half by Ferguson. Putting a good shift before his sending off on Tuesday night. Here's Weir now down the right wing on his right foot. He wants to get back onto his left. He tries to play back for Ferguson, cut out by Hope. And Hope, under pressure from Weir, runs the ball out for a throw in for Marine, which Ferguson will take short for Charlie Doyle. Back to Ferguson, comes in field, across for Lucas Weir, tries to flick it over the top for Keelan Adams, and Pedro gives chase, but the goalkeeper Catterick claims and plays it long up towards the right wing. And Guilfoyle can't prevent that one from going out for a throw in on the halfway line for the Mariners, to be taken by Sean Smith. Started every game so far since signing from Ballatown. Wins a few yards with the throw in. Smith will take a second in quick succession. Charlie Doyle makes for a short option, but he looks down the line for Weir, cleared away by Smith. Connor Smith, that is. Headed back up towards Lucas Weir. DJ Pedro tries to get up there, and game of head tennis being played at the back. And the last touch comes off Connor Smith, and it's out for a Marine throw-in, which will be taken by Sean Smith about 15 yards from the corner flag. Lucas Weir comes short, and back to Sean Smith. Infield for DJ Pedro. If you can just tap it back for Smith, you can't, but Smith does well to win it back. And it's Pedro on the edge of the penalty area. Turns and shoots and wins the side corner. First corner of the afternoon. A lively start for Marine. Lucas Weir at the heart of it so far, and it will be Weir to take the corner. Missed out on Tuesday night with a ankle problem, as did Charlie Doyle, but both are recalled to the starting lineup today. Absentees include Callum Harris and Josh Solomon Davis, who were both replaced on Tuesday night through injuries. The ball's swung in by Weir. Up towards Pedro. A bit of a miss kick. And can it fall for Howarth? He can't. He's scrambling around the penalty area. And eventually, Guilfoyle will pick it up and play it back to Hope. Good pressing from Keelan Adams to win his side. A throw in high up the pitch. Joseph Hope just wanted a little bit too much time on that. Keelan Adams wasn't about to allow him any. Good pressing from Adams, wearing a number 9 shirt today. Partnered up front with DJ Pedro. Ferguson takes the throw in quickly. Gets it back off Pedro and just loses it from Hope. But Hope just puts it into touch. Another throw in taken by Ferguson. It's Ferguson who swings a left-footed ball, and it's not a bad ball. And goalkeeper Catterick made a bit of a mess of it, but gathered it at the second attempt. About 5 minutes played. We are still goalless here at the Marine Travel Arena. Marine have started the better of the two sides, it has to be said. As Catterick plays it long, and Charlie Doyle can take it under his possession and just runs out of room, and the ball runs out for throwing on the halfway line. Curtis Round just leaves it for Joseph Hope. As Hope looks to get down that left wing. It's nicked off him by Ferguson, but Hope gets it back. It's a good challenge. I think it's Alex Doyle in there, over at the far end. It's a square ball out to Smith. Looks down the line for McDonald. Cleared away by Mark Howarth. Picked up again on the halfway line by Wheatley. Looks to play it infield for Round. Wins his side a free kick inside the centre circle. And Butterworth will be the man to take. Gets it back off Connor Smith. Looks wide for Hope. Hope's met by Ferguson. Tries to play the 1-2 with Round. But Round mistimes that one and sends it out of the ground. So it's going to be a throw in for Marine. Ferguson about 15 yards inside his own half, looking down the line. It's a good throw, looking to get Pedro in behind. And he's got it. Just needs support now. Last touch. Came off of Butterworth. And it's out for a Marine corner. Another corner to be taken by Lucas Weir over on the right hand side, so it's going to be an in-swinger with his left foot. Just plays it short for Ferguson. Ferguson get a ball in now. He can't. Up towards Pedro. He tries for volley back heel. Keelan Adams wins it back. Can he play it across? Oh, he tries to play it into Charlie Doyle. Cleared away. Lucas Weir on the edge of the box now. Just slices that effort. And it's behind and over for a goal kick. Good pressing from the front by Keelan Adams in these opening stages. Just waiting to retrieve the ball. And then Ryan Catterick will get us back underway with a goal kick. That round of applause you can hear around the ground in memory of Olivia Pratt-Corbell, who was tragically killed on Monday night in the 9th minute. As Ferguson launches a throw-in down the line. Marske come away with the ball from the back. Here's Connor Smith. All the way back to his goalkeeper Smith. Got a bit of time to play it out from the back to Andrew May. Ball down the line. Looking to send Guilfoyle in behind. Ball headed out for a throw-in for Marske down their right wing. Smith has got space and time on the ball. Cleared out, but only as far as Butterworth, who swings another ball in towards the back post, but Bailey Passant is the grateful recipient of that one. And he throws it out quickly for Ferguson. Ferguson cuts infield. It's a bit of a heavy touch, and Lucas Weir gets it back, and here's Ferguson. Can he take it forward? Still going here, Ferguson. He's tripped on the edge of the penalty area. Just lost his balance at the vital moment, and he wins his side a free kick in a dangerous position. About 20 yards from goal it will be. I think it's actually for a prior foul on Pedro. Or is it for the one on Ferguson? I think it will be for the foul on Ferguson, and Luke Clark is the man that's picked the ball up. It does suit a right footer from that position, slightly left of centre, although it is fairly central. Lucas Weir offering a left-footed option from the same position. So a big 5-man wall for Marske, set up by Catterick. It looks like it will be Clark. Steps over it into, oh, it took a wicked deflection. The goalkeeper was completely wrong-footed, dived out the way, and it just creeps wide. But it will be a corner for Marine. A lot of venom behind that free kick, but not a lot of direction. So the deflection takes it behind for another corner to be taken by Lucas Weir. That's a better corner from Weir in towards the back post. Headed out by May and further away by Guilfoyle. McDonald goes one-on-one with Smith, and he's got the better of Smith. Ferguson comes across well to nick it off him. And I think Ferguson's given away a free kick here. Not sure what this one's for, but it's a free kick inside the Marine half in a decent position on the right flank. I think it's going to be Dale Hobson, man who's scored 3 goals already this season, to whip in across. It's in towards the back post, headed out by Joe Ferguson. Picked up again along the Marske back line, and it's Connor Smith under a little bit of pressure from Keelan Adams, but he manages to play it out. Mark Howarth can head that one clear. And Smith take it down, he can't, but he nods it on looking for Weir, and it's cleared away by the visitors. Clark comes across well to clear the original clearance, and he's moved back up into the penalty area. Mark Howarth heads it away. Here's Guilfoyle. Out wide again with Connor Smith. And the throw-in conceded by Lucas Weir. It's about 12.5 minutes in to this match, still goalless. Marine probably been the better of the two sides, but Marske just enjoying a bit of a spell on the ball, and Smith looks infield for Guilfoyle, and it's a low driven effort. I think it's by Adam Boyes, dealt with fairly comfortably by Bailey Passant, diving down to his left. Just rolls it out for Ferguson. Looking down the line for Keelan Adams, but wayward with that one. So it's going to be a throw-in to be taken by Hope, the left back for Marske United. Just for one goal to tell you about so far in the Northern Premier League. Warrington Rylands a goal up at Belper Town. Is Andrew May coming out with the ball for Marske. Wide for Connor Smith, and more good pressing along that front line by DJ Pedro. Won't allow Smith to play it out from the back. It's met by applause by the Marine fans. All the way back to Catterick now, under pressure from Adams, but manages to play it out for Wheatley. Adams stays with him though, and eventually Wheatley's forced to play it forward for Round. Adams just about wins it back and tries to play it back for Clark, but Clark's ball back over the top is wayward, and it's not a great clearance. Along the back line for Marske, it was picked up by Sean Smith. He tried his luck from a long way out. Got 25, 30 yards and just dragged it wide. Not a lot of power behind it either. It's a bit of a let-off for Marske. It's given away by Butterworth deep inside his own half. About quarter of an hour played now. Still 0-0. Catterick plays long ball forward, but Round with a push in the back of Alex Doyle gives away a free kick. It's going to be Luke Clark to take the free kick just inside the Marine half to the right of the centre circle. Up towards the back post where Josh Wardle is, and Wardle can take it down. Can he finish? Oh, good defending in the end by Connor Smith. Almost a very effective free kick for the Mariners in towards the penalty area. But a throw in to be taken now by Ferguson. Keelan Adams and Pedro across to make an option. Into Pedro it is, and he wins a side a free kick. I have to say it was a little bit soft. I think Pedro just lost his footing more than anything, but that won't matter to the Marine fans behind the goal if this results with a goal. Lucas Weir and Luke Clark, the two usual suspects over there, standing over the ball. It looks like Luke Clark has taken ownership of this one. Just sends Weir to join the crowd. Here's Clark now into the centre. And towards the back post, it's met by Pedro. And maybe should have done better from a good position there, DJ Pedro. With the header about 7 yards from goal, just heads it over the bar. Goal kick taken quickly to May, who can look more direct. It's headed out by Wardle. Picked up in the centre by Weir. Here's Keelan Adams on for Charlie Doyle. Looks to play Pedro in behind. He's got May for company. Back to Ferguson. Ferguson in towards the centre, looking for Charlie Doyle. Alex Doyle does well to track back and head the ball back for Clark, and Clark just passes it out of play, looking for Ferguson. And Charlie Doyle keep that in play. He can't quite, and it's going to be a throw-in down by the corner flag for Marske.
Go on, you are.
News of a couple of quick-fire goals for Lancaster City away at Gainsborough Trinity. And a goal for Morpeth Town at home to Hyde United. As Mark Cowell has it along the back line for Marine. Sean Smith just plays it back to the goalkeeper, Bailey Passant. Long ball looking forward. I think Pedro is the target. Lucas Weir picks it up to towards the left wing, plays it to Sean Smith. Infield for Keelan Adams. Back to Charlie Doyle. Tries the first time ball over the top for Pedro. Alex Doyle takes it on. And he's deflected. That was a massive deflection. It's a long ball into the penalty area. Looking over the top from Charlie Doyle. Looking for DJ Pedro. And in the end, it was Alex Doyle.
New goal from Marine, coming in the 19th
Picked
minute,
it up.
and that was an own goal. The golden goal time this afternoon, 19 minutes.
And I think his original effort was heading well wide. But Marine won't care. I think it's gone down as an own goal. 1-0 to Marine.
If it just been a deflection, Tom would say, I think when you watch it back, it's going away from
Absolutely wicked deflection inside the penalty area. Alex Doyle's effort was heading well wide, you would think. I'm not sure who the final touch came off of. I'll try and find out. Marske come forward the ball now. Butterworth cuts infield. There's it out for MacDonald. Smith all the way back to Andrew May. Wheatley looks long for Clark. It's just run behind for a goal kick. Bailey passes it short for Luke Clark. Clark looks down the line for Pedro, but I think that one's just going to run out for a throw-in down by the corner flag. Now Joe Ferguson has it for Marine, looks infield for Alex Doyle. Doyle tries to play it down the right channel for Keelan Adams. Forces the captain Wheatley into a clearance, put it out for a throw-in. Throw-in to be taken by Ferguson. Charlie Doyle comes short for him. Just taps it off for Lucas Weir. Good ball centrally for Sean Smith. He's got Pedro down his line. Can he just retain possession there, Pedro? He's done well to win his side of throw-in. Last touch off of Andrew May. Throw-in looking for Keelan Adams. He wins it back inside the penalty area, taps it through the legs of Wheatley. Just overruns it in the end. Through to the goalkeeper. And the ball played out wide now with Connor Round looking down the left wing with Hope. Looks back in field for Round. Charlie Doyle just gets a foot in there. Back out for Hope. Under a bit of pressure from Ferguson. It's going to be a throw in inside the Marine half now for Marske down the left wing. Looking down the line for boys. And I think the last touch there has just come off of Connor Round, so it's just going to be a goal kick for Marine. Last touch rebounding off of Round. Long ball up towards Keelan Adams, but just bounces around in the centre of the pitch. Here's Adams now, down the left wing. Made a good start to the game, Keelan Adams, a lot of early pressure. Pedro just loses it, and there's Wardle plays it back to the goalkeeper. Bailey passing, just safety first of that one, out for a throw-in. 25 minutes played. Marine a goal to be good. Thanks to an own goal. We believe the last touch may have came off of Glenn Butterworth before it deflected into the back of the net. It's Joe Ferguson looking to attack down the right wing now. Keelan Adams thought about coming short, but he's just going to make his way into the box. It's a great run from Ferguson. Can he get a ball into the box for the last touch? Comes off of Hope, and it's out for a corner for Marine. So it's another corner. This one taken by Weir again, in towards the back post. Wardle meets it. Pedro flicks it on up towards Adams. It's claimed by Catterick. Bit of a mistake there from Catterick, but the ball lands at the feet of Wheatley. In towards near the centre circle for Pedro. Can't quite flick it on for Adams, and Hope now with the ball. Plays all the way back for Catterick. May out wide for Connor Smith. Back for May once more. Guilfoyle out wide now with the ball, looking to attack down the left wing. He's got an overlap from Hope. Ball swung into towards the centre from Guilfoyle, but gathered by Bailey Passon. And a long ball played up towards Adams, but headed out by Wheatley and met in the centre by Alex Doyle. So Pedro just gets clattered there. I think he's taken one in the back of the head, and physio is summoned on, but then waved off by the referee. And it's not going to be a free kick awarded to me. It's just going to be a drop ball for Marske. I think the game was just stopped because the referee thought that Pedro had taken a bang in the back of it. It's played out wide now for Round. He tries to whip the ball in towards the box, headed out by Wardle. Charlie Doyle, and then Sean Smith clears further. Not the best control from Pedro, and the ball's played forward up towards Adams, but he's mistimed that one. So it's going to be a goal kick for Bailey Passant after that wasteful free kick on the about the halfway line. Half an hour played, Marine a goal to the good after an own goal from Glenn Butterworth, deflected in off of Alex Doyle's effort inside the penalty area. Ball bounces up towards Keelan Adams, but clearance from Connor Smith deflects off of DJ Pedro, and it's going to be a throw-in towards their own corner flag for Marske United. This one to be taken by Connor Smith, the right back. Launches it down the line, met by Mark Howarth. Another one that started every game so far this season for Marine. In that now common back three. But a free kick awarded for Marske, now just inside the Marine half. It's going to be swung in towards the penalty area by Glenn Butterworth. Headed out by, I think it's Wardle at the back post. Hobson plays it on for Guilfoyle, who's closed down quickly. His shot ends up with Alex Doyle in there. Adams can't quite take it under his spell. Out for a Marine throw-in, about 15 to 20 yards inside their own half. Throw down the line, taken by Ferguson, up towards Adams. Cleared away by Butterworth, and here's Round, looks to volley it back towards the penalty area. But there's no player in claret in the penalty area for him to aim for, so it's ended up in possession of Bailey Passant. Long kick from Passant, headed out of play by Hope. Gives Marine a throw-in, high up the pitch. This one to be taken by Ferguson, the right back. He's put in another good performance so far, much like his debut on Tuesday night before his sending off. Ferguson's cutting in onto his left foot, just runs away from him, and he gives away a free kick. A challenge on MacDonald, who just managed to nick him there before the right back. Here's Andrew May. Out wide for Connor Smith, under pressure from Sean Smith. Wheatley, out wide on the other side now for Hope. Under a little bit of pressure from Ferguson, and Adams is there as well, all the way back to the goalkeeper in the end, Catterick. Spread out wide for May. May back to the goalkeeper, Catterick. He plays it up towards the centre. And now is Charlie Doyle looking to head it on for DJ Pedro. Pedro takes it under his possession, tries this up from a long way out, and that might just have been sneaking in to the bottom corner. The goalkeeper had to make sure and got down well to make the save. Good effort from Pedro. Another lively performance from him so far. As May looks to send the ball down the inside right channel up towards Round, and it's a good stop from Bailey Passant to keep Round out at the near post. And I think it's gone behind for, from memory, could be Marske's first corner of the game. Not really been in this half so far. the currently league leaders, who have actually dropped down to third as it stands. Stafford Rangers up to the top of the table. FC United jump up to second. Marine, as it stands, up to 8th. A corner taken too quickly for the assistant referee's liking. In fact, I think it may have been taken from outside the outside of the corner circle. So Marine have been gifted a strange free kick here. As Passant plays it long up towards Pedro, but headed by Wheatley, picked up by Ferguson once more, plays it up for Pedro. Pedro under pressure from Hope. Infield for Charlie Doyle, tries his luck, snatches at it really from 25 yards and drags it wide. Referee today, Callum Jones, just having a word with the Marske captain, Adam Wheatley. It's Catterick now, the goalkeeper. Plays it out wide for Andrew Mate. Upfield for Connor Smith. Plays it all the way back to Catterick, who did well with a bobbling ball to clear it long. And Lucas Weir can't quite nod it down for Doyle. Charlie Doyle, that is. Hope down the line for Round. Back to Hope, down the left wing, progressing well down that side. Infield for Boys. Round gets it back off him, and it just sneaks wide, his effort. First real chance for the visitors. Good play down that left wing between Hope and Round. Adam Boys involved in the build-up too, and Curtis Round can't round off the move with the finish. It's going to be a goal kick for Marine. Long ball taken to where no Marine player was standing, picked up by Connor Smith, who gets it back after Mark Halford made the challenge on MacDonald. Smith just being held up by Sean Smith, the Marine fullback. Round looking to get down the inside right channel this time, coming across from the left, but it's cleared out for a throw-in. Throw-in taken short for MacDonald. Infield now with Connor Smith onto the edge of the penalty area. Can he line one up with his left foot? He can't. He taps it off for Guilfoyle. Cleared away by Ferguson. Can Pedro use his strength to just maintain possession, get down the right wing? I think he can. Can he get away from Hope? He's done well. He's running down that right wing. He'll look to get the ball into a box. It's blocked and cleared away, but only as far as Ferguson. About 30 yards from goal. Slightly to the right of centre. Looks to dink a ball in towards the back post, looking for Keelan Adams. Cleared away. Alex Doyle now picks it up, but just gives it away to Connor Smith, who will look to bring it away, but he checks inside and plays a square pass for Butterworth. Back to the centre-back, May. Back out wide for Connor Smith. Smith plays a central ball for Guilfoyle, and a little bit of space for number 10. Runs to the edge of the penalty area. Good block in there as he shoots. Bouncing up on the edge of the box now with Smith. Butterworth looks to play a 1-2. Back out wide now for MacDonald. Crosses it in towards the back post. I think it's Adam Boys who can retrieve it. Hope plays it centrally for Butterworth. Good intricate play on the edge of the penalty area, but it's cleared away by Wardle in the end. Back with Hope now, gets it back off the quick throw-in. And a long switch, sees Connor Smith charge forward with the ball down the inside right. tries his luck. It's a decent attempt. And it almost caught Bailey Passant off guard there as he dives to make the save. Out for a corner for the Seasiders. Corner taken short. Out to Hobson again. Into the penalty area now and towards the back post. Headed up but not away. And claimed by Bailey Passant in the end. Drops to the floor. About 5 minutes left. Plus maybe a minute of injury time. Long drop kick taken by Bailey Passant. Can Pedro get on to the end of it? He can't. And it's a good touch in the end. I think from May to just tap it back to his goalkeeper who can clear. It's not May, it's Butterworth, sorry. He's just risen to his feet now. Pedro looks to be in a little bit of discomfort. As the ball is out wide now with hope, but a little toe on that from Ferguson allows Keelan Adams to pick it up. And here's Sean Smith. Back to Adams. Good turn from Adams. Here's Charlie Doyle. Running forward and plays it down the right wing for Ferguson. A low ball into the box in towards Adams, just behind him. And it's cleared, but Marine managed to get it back to Ferguson out wide, and it's a poor touch from the right back. It's going to be a throw in down by the corner flag to be taken by Joe Hope. Looking down the line for Connor Round. Picked up by Doyle, and Doyle tries to free Adams down the right wing, but it's just too much on that, and it's out for a goal kick. Into the 42nd minute now. Marine lead by a goal to nil. Goal in the 19th minute after Alex Doyle's effort deflected off of Glenn Butterworth. Bounced over the goalkeeper Ryan Catterick, who's just played a decent wide ball for Hope. Back to Wheatley. Looks down the line for a Round. Under a bit of pressure from Luke Clark. Infield for Butterworth. Under a little bit of pressure from Lucas Weir. And the press forces the visitors to play it all the way back to the goalkeeper, who is very wasteful with his clearance and sends it to his opposite number, Bailey Passant. He will just take all the time in the world before picking the ball up. Ball looking to bounce over the top of a Marske back line, but again picked up by Catterick and rolled out for Connor Smith now, who looks down the line for Guilfoyle. But Mark Howarth can clear now for Marine. Can Adams take under? He can. It's a good touch from Adams. Back for Lucas Weir, out wide for Mark Howarth. He's got a run from Sean Smith down the left wing if he can find him, and I think he can. Oh, it's just intercepted there by Connor Smith. Kept up with Sean Smith well there. And the clearance from Charlie Doyle almost causes one or two panics along the Marske back line, but picked up by the keeper in the end. And Hope looks to play a long ball down the left flank, but Clark can pick it up and lay it back for Passant, who sends the ball into the garden of number 36. News of a couple of goals in the Northern Premier League. Matlock Town 1-0 up away at Atherton Collieries. South Shields are a goal up at Nantwich Town. As Ferguson looks to send the ball over the top for Keelan Adams, but Catterick comes a long way out of his penalty area to deal with it. Clears up towards Connor Round. Just bounces out for a Marine throw. Which Joe Ferguson will just leave for Luke Clark. Clark making his first start of the season for Marine. Signed midway through the last campaign, where a couple of injuries really disrupted what was a decent start to life at Marine for Luke Clark, a former Chester man. It's Hope now, just inside his own half, looks to play a long ball over the top down the left wing, but it was just shepherded out of play by Josh Wardle. Another one who's been impressive since joining the Mariners, been given the captain's armband. Scored his first goal for Marine on Tuesday night down at Stafford. As we approach the 45-minute mark, we wait to see how long will be added on, if anything. I would imagine maybe a minute or two. There's not been too many stoppages. Adams uses his body well to try and win the ball back, but it's back with the goalkeeper in the end, and Connor Smith is forced into an error, and Sean Smith can pick it up now. Howarth looking over the top. Pedro can just chest it down. It's a little bit scrappy in the middle there, and can Pedro take it down? Just nods it back, looking for Charlie Doyle. And Mark Howarth can clear down the line, headed on by Sean Smith, and a good switch of play from Charlie Doyle sends Ferguson down the right wing. Can he just about keep it in play? He miscontrols it at first, but he's got it back in his possession. Charlie Doyle now. He's got Sean Smith on the wrong side of the pitch. It's a ball into the box, and it's just a yard in front of DJ Pedro. Sean Smith had popped up on the other side of the pitch, and that's the referee's half-time whistle. A 19th minute goal as Alex Doyle's effort deflected off of Glenn Butterworth and into the back of the net is the difference between these two sides. Marske United came into this one top of the league, but Marine so far in control. As we go into half-time, Marine 1, Marske United 0. Join me in 15 minutes for the second half.
Mind you, ladies and gents, our next first team game here at the MTA is next Saturday afternoon when we entertain Radcliffe in the first qualifying round of this season's Emirates FA Cup, and that's at 3 PM kick-off.
Good afternoon and welcome back to today's live coverage of Marine versus Marske United. Marine currently a goal to the good after Alex Doyle's effort from inside the penalty area was deflected in off of Glenn Butterworth. Marine being the better of the two teams in the first 45 minutes. Marske just started to creep into it at the back end of the first half. Curtis Round looking increasingly dangerous for the visitors. Key performers so far for Marine have been Joe Ferguson, who's having a lot of joy at right wing back, with Luke Clark offering cover behind him. The front two of DJ Pedro and Keelan Adams have also made a nuisance of themselves. Adams in particular with one of his best performances for Marine, in my opinion. And Lucas Weir heavily involved in the early stages of the first half, not as much as the half grew on, but it looks like we're going to have a substitution.
For Marske United, replacing number 10 Rob Guilfoyle is number 15 Jason Kennedy.
In case you missed the announcement there, we've had a half-time substitution for Marske United. Number 10 Robert Guilfoyle has been replaced by number 15 Jason Kennedy as Marske gets us back underway for the second half. Ball in the centre now of Keelan Adams, and he immediately looks to play DJ Pedro down the left wing, but it's just nicked off him by Connor Smith. All the way back to the goalkeeper.
And second substitution at half time for Marske, replacing number 3 Joseph Owens, number 16 Alexander Story.
And news of a second substitution at the break for the visitors. Number 3 Joseph Hope has been replaced by number 16 Alexander Story. As Marine gets back underway with a throw in the right back position to be taken by Luke Clark looking down the line. Alex Doyle infield looking for Pedro, and Adams wins it back down the right wing. Cuts back onto his left foot, back onto his right, just needs a bit of support now, lays it off for Charlie Doyle. Adams plays for 1-2 with Doyle into the back post, and I think the ball might have just run out of play before he managed to get the ball in. It's going to be a goal kick for Marske United. Reminder of some of the scores across the Northern Premier League while we're getting ready to get back underway. So Ashton United are 1-0 up at home to Warrington Town. Matlock Town are 1-0 up away at Everton Collieries. FC United of Manchester 1-0 up at Bamber Bridge. Belper Town 2-0 down at home to Warrington Rylands. Gainsborough Trinity losing to Lancaster City by the same score. Morpeth Town 2-0 up at home to Hyde United. South Shields 1-0 up at Nantwich Town, and Stafford Rangers 1-0 up away at Whitby. Those results currently see Marine climb up to 8th in the table. Stafford Rangers are new league leaders as it stands. Marske United dropping down to 3rd. Ball in the centre now with Pedro. He's got the pace and power to get away from his man. Plays it back for Luke Clark. As Marine look to attack the crescendo way in this second half. Marske United now have it on the halfway line. Here's Connor Smith. Looking for options ahead of him. Finds Hobson. Tries the long ball forward up towards Boys. Boys has it now. It's Connor Smith, the right back, looking to dart infield, but not many options ahead of him. It's a good square ball for Wheatley. Wheatley infield for Boys again. Good patient build up from Marske. Well, he tries to slide it through to Kennedy. Kennedy's just stood on the ball there, and it's now on the edge of a penalty area with Hobson, but he can't get his shot away. And here's Connor Smith looking to bring it forward. Good tracking back from Keelan Adams. Gives away a throw-in. Taken quickly, and Marske drive forward now. Here's Wheatley. And Round now with his first involvement of the half. Down the left wing. And a bit of pressure from Ferguson. Plays it all the way back to the captain, Wheatley. Story asking for it. It's nicked off of Wheatley by Pedro. Story wins it back for his side. And the referee has blown his whistle. And what is... I think we're just going to have a change of ball. And we'll get back underway with a drop ball for Marske United. Butterworth takes it back off the referee. Back to May, and now out wide with Story looking down the line for Round. Safety first by Luke Clark. Round gets it back off of MacDonald. Story in towards the penalty area. Wardle with a head on it, but there's a push in his back from Boys. Boys with 3 goals in the Northern Premier League already this season for Marske. He enjoyed a good start to the season. 3 wins and a draw from their opening 4. Bailey Passett will get us back underway. With this goal kick. Free kick, sorry, on the edge of the penalty area. Up towards Keelan Adams, if you can get there, down in the inside right channel. It's just headed behind for a corner. First chance to get a ball into the box of this second half for the Mariners. About 6 minutes played in this second half. Still Marine lead by a goal to 0. Lucas Weir to in swing. And towards the centre, Pedro's there. He's on the edge of the box now, can shift onto his left foot and shoot. He can't, he's nicked off him and cleared away. Up towards Boys, and he's flicked it on. But the linesman's got his flag up against MacDonald. Or was it against Boys originally as he flicked it on? I think it might have been up against the number 9 who won the flick on for MacDonald, and if the linesman's flag stays down, then MacDonald has on 1-on-1. Passant now sporting a cap in the second half to get us back underway. In all orange today, the Marine goalkeeper. Curtis Round heads out for Marske, and Sean Smith has it now. Lays it back for Mark Howarth. Back to Wardle. Wardle tries to play it long, but it's more up than long. Passant well out of his box to clear with his left foot. And that's another ball out the stand. Ball played over the top from Smith, headed out by Clark. Weir tries to send Adams on his way, but it's intercepted, and now Story. Hobson plays it out wide for Round. Back to Hobson. Looking down the line for Boys, joined by Clark, and Story under pressure from Doyle just has to play it long, and Bailey Passett can claim. Passett just rolls the ball out with his hands just to Play it long off the floor, up towards Pedro. Bounces over the top, looking for Adams, but it's on in the centre circle now with Ferguson. Plays it infield for Weir. Back to Howarth, who looks to play a long diagonal. Looking for Pedro, and it's found him. It's a good ball from Howarth. Pedro's bundled over, but the referee's not given that one, and you would think with some of the free kicks he's given this afternoon, that was probably more of a foul than most of them. So the ball's bouncing in the centre. Lucas Weir takes it down. Charlie Doyle, back to Weir, and now Alex Doyle. Alex Doyle dinks it forward up towards Adams. Good turn from Adams, uses his strength well, and can he charge away? He tries his luck from 25 yards. Shot on target for Keelan Adams. Good strength and turn of pace from a number 9. Still in search of his first Marine goal, but he's looked good this afternoon. Story tries to play a long ball down the left flank for Marske, but it's too much on that for Josh MacDonald. Just a reminder of some of the Marine substitutes this afternoon. Number 12, Jack Dunn. Number 14, Hayden Campbell. Number 15, making his first appearance in the squad for Marine, is Zenon Bahula, summer signing from City of Liverpool. Number 16, Mo Torre, made his return from injury on Tuesday night. And number 13, making a rare substitute appearance, is the backup goalkeeper Germano Mendes. As Clark looks to launch it down the line for Adams. Can't quite keep that one in play, Pedro. Story with the throw in down the line for Round, and I think Round in the end is the man that's committed the foul on Pedro. So it's going to be a free kick on the halfway line in the right back position for Luke Clark. Long ball forward from Clark. It's come away for Connor Smith to clear for Marske. Headed out by Howarth. Can Adams come and win that? I don't think he can, but commits the foul on Wheatley as he tried to bring the ball out from the back. So a free kick for Marske, taken out wide. It's Hobson. Tries to play a ball over the top and in behind up towards Boys.
Well then, Josh.
Wardle comes across well to clear. Wheatley with a header for Story. Infield now with Smith, who plays it across for MacDonald, who can drive forward with the ball now. Good challenge from Clark. Out wide with MacDonald again. And you may hear the sarcastic jeers as Glenn Butterworth fires over from the edge of the box. It's going to be another goal kick for Bailey Passant. About 57 minutes played now, still Marine lead by the single goal. Goal kick aimed towards the left wing, headed on by Lucas Weir up towards Adams. Can a Marine man pick it up? They can. Here's Weir again, darts into the penalty area, goes down, and the referee is given a free kick and a yellow card to Lucas Weir. Booking for simulation as Weir went down maybe just on the edge of a penalty area. I don't think he was trying to claim for a penalty, but in the referee's eyes, Lucas Weir has dived. It's hard to tell from where I'm sat. It's happened at the other end of the pitch. First reaction was free kick to Marine, but I think we've just had another booking, this one for the goalkeeper Ryan Catterick. I'm not sure what that one's for. Just looked like Catterick was getting ready to line up a free kick, and he's received a yellow card for his troubles. Long ball over the top from Wardle. Back to Story for Marske. Looks to drive forward for Round, and Ferguson intercepts. Gets past one, and here's Lucas Weir with space to run into. He's got Pedro ahead of him. Plays in Pedro. Under a challenge from Andrew May. He goes down and wins his side a free kick. As we approach the hour mark, another chance for Marine to send the height of Josh Wardle and Mark Howarth into the penalty area. Of course, Keelan Adams an aerial presence as well. DJ Pedro has proven to have a good spring on him, which led to his lone Marine goal against South Shields. Lucas Weir over the free kick to the left of the penalty area, 25 yards from goal, in towards the back post. It's headed over. I think it's Josh Wardle that attacked it, but the last touch came off of a Marske defender. It's going to be a corner. Lucas Weir again to get the ball into the box from this corner. An in-swinger from the right-hand side. Ferguson's made a decent-looking run to the edge of the box. In towards the back post, did too much on that. It was a nice idea from Ferguson to make the late run and change the angle on the cross, but it's far too much power and not a lot of direction on the cross, and it's just ran out for a throw-in over on the opposite side. Throw taken down the line, headed by Mark Howarth. He gets it back. Howarth, look, to dink a ball down the line towards Pedro. Too much on that for the striker. Let's run out for another goal kick. Looks like Marine are going to be making their first change of the afternoon. Keelan Adams' afternoon is over to be replaced by Mo Torre.
Substitution Marine. Replacing number 9, Keelan Adams. Here's number 16, Mo Torre.
Made his first appearance of the season on Tuesday night, did against Stafford Rangers. Mo Torre got the assist for Josh Wardle's goal before unfortunately being involved in the build-up for the equaliser. Scored a few goals in pre-season before injuring his ankle, so he's going to get a chance to get another half an hour in his legs as he looks to challenge for a ball down that right wing. Ball back with Catterick now. A word on Keelan Adams as well, who's put in a battling, bruising performance at the top end of the pitch for Marine. Challenging for every ball. Alex Doyle's in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, it's going to be a free kick for Bailey Passant to take. Hearts in mouths moment as Alex Doyle tried to nod the ball down back to his goalkeeper. Not enough on it, so he had to chase his own header. And him and Curtis Round had a hold of each other, and the free kick was awarded Marine's way. Long ball forward from Passant up towards Pedro, and Clark can play it forward now. Torre can't quite control, but he taps it down for Weir, who's dispossessed. Hobson looks to flick it on for Boys, and the referee's going to pull it back for a free kick on the halfway line for Marske United. Looks like
The final substitution for Marske United, placing number 7 Josh McDonald, is number 12 Connor Simpson.
And you may have heard their third and final change for the visitors. Number 7, Josh MacDonald, replaced by number 12, Connor Simpson. So we've played just under 65 minutes and Marske have made all their changes now. Marine just for one, Motore coming on just a few moments ago. Pedro looks to play it for Ferguson on the halfway line, but he gets the first touch on it and flicks it round, but wins a free kick as he's toppled. Free kick on the halfway line. This time to be taken by Luke Clark. Long ball forward, up towards Josh Wardle. I think he's got the head on it. It's cleared away. Smith is prefers to the clearance, plays it wide for Clark, who looks upfield for Torre. Back to Clark on just inside the Marske half. Long ball forward. And it ends up in the possession of the goalkeeper Catterick, who throws it out for Connor Smith, looking down the line for Butterworth. It's nicked off in by Sean Smith, but just runs out of room. About 25 minutes to go. Still Marine lead. Marske, as you may expect, have had a bit more attacking impetus in the second half as they search for an equaliser. Went into this one top of the league. Torre looks upfield for Pedro. It's Charlie Doyle out wide for Luke Clark, who stepped up from the back three. Plays it back to Alex Doyle. Up to Torre. Torre loses the ball. A long ball forward from Hobson. Howarth will just nod that back to Passant. Good defending at the back there from Mark Howarth. Receives a round of applause for his efforts. Passant with the ball in hand now. Long kick up towards Pedro, but headed out. Howarth heads it up. Flicked on again, and here's Weir up towards Torre. Can't quite take it under control. Long ball forward from the goalkeeper Catterick. It's Ferguson now. Just needs to win that back off, boys. He can't quite in his round. Infield for Hobson. Hobson fires a ball out wide for Connor Smith. Very wasteful from Hobson there. It's going to be a throw in for Marine. About halfway through the second half. Still 1-0. The first half own goal from Glenn Butterworth. The difference between these two sides so far. Ball down the line from Wardle. Headed up by Charlie Doyle. Ball's bouncing around there. Simpson can nod it on for Boys, and Story looks to play it forward quickly. Now Marine have got a bit of space to attack down the right wing. If Charlie Doyle can pick his pass, he can. Infield for Torre. The ball's bounced off a hand of the captain Wheatley. It was accidental, but it's going to be a free kick for Marine. So a free kick to be taken by Luke Clark. Just to the right of goal, a long way out. So it's a crossing position rather than a shooting position. In towards the back post, easily claimed by Catterick. Catterick throws the ball out wide for Connor Smith, for right back. Takes it on, runs centrally, and he's got a square ball for Story. Out wide now with Round. Back to Story. Infield for Butterworth. Under a bit of pressure from Alex Doyle. The ball now with Story. Looking over the top for Boys. Clark can't quite watch it out, and here is Round now. Ball bouncing around. Cleared out by Charlie Doyle. Butterworth back for Story. On the centre now with Andrew May, and the ball's nicked off him, and it's Pedro. Tackled and out for a throw-in on the halfway line for Marine in the left-back position. Going to be Sean Smith to take. Here is Smith now looking down the line for Pedro. Smith gets it back. Torre can chest it down and look down the line for Weir. His cross is blocked and out for a throw-in. So a throw-in now deep in the Marske United half. Bit of a delay as we wait for the new ball. Smith throws down the line for Lucas Weir, who wins his side a corner. I think it will be Weir to take. Corner into the box now with Mo Torre on the edge of the penalty area. Cleared away. Here's Boys, and I think it's going to come back for a free kick. Just inside the penalty area for Marske. Just looking at the bench, you wonder if Jack Dunn could come off the bench today. His minutes have been limited so far this season as he's come back from injury. Will Zenon Bahula make his debut for the club? Smith cuts inside, and now here is Connor Smith again for Marske. Plays it out wide for Hobson. Hobson looks to send the ball in towards the back post. Boys is up there. It's cleared away by Ferguson. Round will bring it back for Marske. Wants to tap it round Ferguson and get down the left wing. Cleared away by Luke Clark. Mo Torre now to control and hold it up. There's no well to turn. He looks to carry on, but Lucas Weir wants to slide Mo Torre through on goal. Oh, it's not the best touch from Torre. Can he nick it back? He can't. Connor Smith will bring it forward now for Marske towards Simpson. Here's Butterworth now. Square ball for Round in a bit of space for left winger. Plays it in towards the back post where Boys waits for it. Connor Simpson, sorry, waits for it. Gets a head on it, but Sean Smith did just enough to put Simpson off. It's going to be a goal kick for Bailey Passant to take. Long goal kick taken by Passant. It's Charlie Doyle looking to head it forward again for Marine. Alex Doyle in there as well, but Smith has the ball now for Marske, looking down the line for Simpson. Good, brave defending from Josh Wardle. Wins his side a free kick. Slightly high boot there from Simpson. Maybe a yellow card coming his way as well. Brave defending from Wardle, putting his head in where the boot was flying. And it is going to be a yellow card for Connor Simpson. So it's going to be a free kick this time to be taken by Passant. About 15 minutes left to play. Still the one goal in it. Long ball taken. Long free kick taken by Passant up towards the left wing, but that one runs out of play before Pedro can latch onto it. And I think we're going to get a second Marine substitution. Once this goal kick has been taken by Catterick. Cleared away by Howarth. Weir looks to flick it on, but it's with Smith now. Connor Smith looking long up towards Simpson, headed out by Ferguson. It's well won by Ferguson, leapt well over the commanding figure that is Connor Simpson. The back line now for Kennedy to play it back to his goalkeeper, up towards Simpson again. Luke Clark came across well to put Simpson off. Ball cleared and Torre can hold it up. Plays it into Pedro, who tries to flick it through the legs of Kennedy. But Connor Smith can clear up towards Simpson again, who flicks it on this time for Story, and Wardle can head it out for a throw-in. Watched out by Curtis Round.
Second substitution for Marine, replacing number 10, DJ Pedro.
Another substitution for Marine. As you may have just heard there, DJ Pedro replaced by Hayden Campbell. Slightly different players in their roles. Pedro more of a centre forward, whereas Campbell likes to operate in the space just behind the centre forward, more of a number 10. It's Ferguson, I think, has won his side a throw-in inside the Marine half. A little bit of a delay there, and Ferguson will just leave it for Clark. The referee, Callum Jones, just reminding Clark of how long he's taken over these throw-ins. Throw down the line, looking for Torre. And Clark can clear after the ball came his way again, up towards Wheatley. The ball just scrappy in there, and Alex Doyle looks to play it forward for Hayden Campbell. Charlie Doyle wins it back. And here is Ferguson looking down the line for Campbell. Can he chase his own through ball? He can't, and Round has done well to come away with the ball. Looks to play it forward quickly, but a sloppy clearance really from Mark Howarth. Gives it back to Marske. Here's Hobson on the touchline, wins another throw-in. The ball on the halfway line now with Kennedy. Back to his goalkeeper, Catterick. He will look to just play it long. They've got a big target to aim for now in Connor Simpson. Out wide, it bounces for Round. Looks down the line for Hobson. Ferguson gets a toe in there, and Clark can win his side. No, he can't. The last touch looked like it came off Hobson from here, but gives away the throw-in. Throw-in launched into towards Simpson, headed out by Ferguson. Charlie Doyle tries to clear up towards Torre. Connor Smith now gets down the line. Sean Smith for company. So it's going to be a corner, this time to be taken by Butterworth. An outswinger in towards Vicente is completely free. Oh, the ball is just over Story. That's a let off for Marine there because Story was completely unmarked in the centre. So the ball comes again towards Marine, but this time the free kick is awarded Marine's way. It looks like we're going to have our third and final change for Marine.
Third and final substitution for Marine, replacing number 11 Lucas Weir.
As Lucas Weir was putting a good shift, especially in the first half, will be replaced by Jack Dunn. So pretty much a like-for-like sub, that one.
Here's number 12, Jack Dunn.
Passant to take the free kick. Looks along towards Hayden Campbell. He can't win the flick on. He's defended well, and Round has done well to flick the ball over Ferguson and then clear. I think Sean Smith will be able to pick it up. He can. He volleys it back towards the Marske box. Story out wide for Round, who can clear further down the line. It's defended well by Clark. And now Wardle just needs to get a foot on the ball. There's no need to hoof it long every time, as it drops for Hayden Campbell, but gives away a free kick. And now a long ball played forward up towards Simpson. Can Boys latch onto the end of it? He can't. It's cleared by Ferguson. Into the final 10 minutes. Still Marine lead by a goal to nil. The ball out wide now with Connor Smith. Stood up by Sean Smith. Sends him down the line. He's got round him well, Connor Smith. In towards the back post, headed out by Charlie Doyle. Can Alex Doyle get in there? He can, he clears well. Headed back into the mixer by May, and here's Round. Ferguson defends really well down that right hand side, cleared by Clark up towards Torre. On the halfway line now for Marske. And the referee's given a free kick Marske's way after one of their players went down just inside their half. Torre was the closest man. I wouldn't say there was a great deal of contact, but it's a chance for Catterick to play a long ball forward, won by Simpson, cleared away by Mark Howarth. Jack Dunn's up there to win the second header. Now Curtis Round has it, darts into towards the penalty area, goes down. It's a big scream from Round, but it's a good challenge from Josh Wardle. But they'll come again. Marske in towards the back post. Bailey passes it, he's missed the ball, and Smith can come away from Marine. Sean Smith. Good challenge from Connor Simpson, and it will be a throw-in for Marine.
Ladies and gents, our attendance this afternoon at the MTA is 941. 941. Thank you all very much for your support.
News of the attendance this afternoon at the Marine Travel Arena. It's 941. As Wardle looks to play it forward in the centre. Clark clears well. And the ball is just bouncing around. It's a bit scrappy in the centre, has to be said. Now here's Simpson. Plays it out wide for Connor Smith. Who's got Butterworth making the run ahead of him. And here is Connor Smith now playing it back. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Catterick. And a long ball played forward from the goalkeeper up towards Story. It's flicked on for Round, who can slip it in for Connor Simpson. And it's a big miss. It's a big opportunity for Connor Simpson to draw the game level. With about 5 minutes to go, Bailey Passon's absolutely fuming, slams his cap on the ground. They were caught out of shape there. Marine, as it stands though, still a goal to the good. Looking for their third clean sheet of the season after a 3-0 win and a 0-0 draw to kick off the campaign. Here is Mo Torre now. Can he send in Jack Dunn through the centre, and the goalkeepers have to come off his line. Long ball play forward, flicked on by Torre into the path of Dunn. But Catterick can now play it long, and I think Wardle's the man that's won that one. Clark's up well. Charlie Doyle goes down looking for the free kick, but I don't think he'll get that one. It's cleared up towards Catterick, but he can clear it long. Campbell will give chase, but the ball's just nodded back for Catterick. About 3.5 minutes until the 90-minute mark. We wait to see how long will be added on at the end of this second half. Marine still a goal to the good. First half,
Marine man of the match.
own goal from Glenn Butterworth.
Is number 10, DJ Pedro.
The difference so far. You may have heard an announcement of the sponsors man of the match awarded to DJ Pedro for his efforts up front this afternoon before being replaced by Hayden Campbell. As Passant gets us back underway with his free kick up towards Torre. Charlie Doyle is taken out and wins his side. A free kick in a dangerous position if they choose to swing it into the penalty area. I don't think there will be a huge clamouring for the players to get forward, especially those defensive players. Josh Wardle and Mark Howarth look to be staying at the back for now. Looks like Jack Dunn has claimed ownership of this free kick. Scored a wonderful free kick, I remember, towards the back end of last season. Slightly, well, to the right of centre. He fires it in towards the goal, and it's claimed well by Ryan Catterick. Long ball forward from the keeper looking for Simpson, but Sean Smith beats his much taller opponent to the ball, and it's back along the Marske back line. A long ball forward now, looking for Wheatley, who has joined the attack from the back. Out wide for Round, tries to volley the ball back into the centre, but Sean Smith can come away with it. He's got time, he's got a couple of men on his back now. Simpson. Smith looks for Campbell down the line, but he just gives it back to the Marske right back, Connor Smith, and now Smith can bring it forward. And he miscontrols it and gives it away to Mark Howarth, who tries to send Campbell down the left wing, back to the goalkeeper Catterick. Campbell pressing from the front. A long ball played forward. Mark Howarth wins that one well. And Dunn picks it up and he looks to play Torre over the top. Torre has it nicked off him and it runs all the way back to the goalkeeper Catterick. Into the final minute of the 90. It's Torre now in the centre circle. He can turn and play it wide for Dunn. Dunn can look to send it back for Torre, and it's just a little bit wayward. Runs back to the goalkeeper, out wide for Connor Smith. Into the final 30 seconds of regulation time. Up towards Whiteley, who wins it. Ball drops for Kennedy. Story tries to look. And it fires it straight at the goalkeeper. Bailey Passant goes down and smothers the ball. Passant just taking his time over this one. I don't think we've had a signal as to how long will be added on. I would hazard a guess at maybe 4 minutes. Looks like I guessed right. It will be 4 minutes to be added on at the end of his second half. We've played 30 seconds of added time so far. As Alex Doyle heads it down for Jack Dunn, who just volleys it out of play. It's going to be a throw-in on around the halfway line for Marske United. Connor Smith looks to take it quickly down the line for Simpson. Simpson sends it back to Smith, and now Jack Dunn can pick it up. Plays it out wide for Sean Smith. Dinks it back over the top for Dunn. Dunn can charge forward with the ball now. He slides in Mo Torre. Tries to get it back onto his right foot. He slides it wide for Ferguson. Good stop from the goalkeeper. It's Ferguson on the overlap. Tried to catch the keeper out of a near post. Clearance up towards Wheatley. He can flick it up, but not really further up the pitch. Torre, he can't quite nod it down and runs through to the goalkeeper Catterick, and he launches it wide for Smith. Back to May. About a minute and a half of added time played. Long ball forward from Story. Headed up, but not really away by Howarth, and now Connor Smith can run infield. He gets past Doyle. Butterworth spreads it wide for Round. Round one-on-one with Ferguson. Ferguson stays with him, gets a challenge in, and the last touch comes off of Round. It's going to be a goal kick for Marine. The supporters almost celebrating that one like a goal. It's a vital attack. A vital attack finishing tackle from Ferguson, who I have to say would probably be my pick for man of the match. I think he's been excellent at right wing back today. Of course, will not be available next Saturday in the FA Cup after his sending off on Tuesday night. Long ball forward from Passant, looks for Torre and cleared away by Butterworth up towards Connor Simpson. Sean Smith keeps it in on the byline and wins his side a throw-in. About a minute left of the 4 that was added on. A long throw down the line from Jack Dunn. Dunn picks it up again. Looking down the line now for Hayden Campbell. Campbell can keep it in. Cuts inside. They just need to keep the ball up at that corner flag now. And that is exactly where Jack Dunn is headed. Just trying to shield the ball in the corner, but just runs it out of play. Throw in to Marske, cleared away. Here's Charlie Doyle. He's done well to try and flick it over the defender, and Connor Smith back to his centre back, who can clear further up, and Ferguson can't quite win that one, and they will attack down the left now. Infield for Wheatley, and here's Hobson. Tries to play the ball over the top for Boys. Good header from Luke Clark, and cleared away by Joseph Ferguson. And listen to that cheer from the Marine faithful. A first half own goal from Glenn Butterworth after Alex Doyle's shot took a wicked deflection inside the penalty area. The only goal of the afternoon as Marine hold on to withstand some late Marske United pressure and pick up their second win of the season. Final score, Marine 1, Marske United 0. Join us on Monday for the trip to Warrington Rylands. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Attendance once again, ladies and gents, was 941. Thank you all once again for your tremendous support this afternoon. Don't forget our next game here at the MTA is next Saturday afternoon, where they entertain Radcliffe, and that's in